Erico says, very boring question, but at what point does simply walking begin to interfere with recovery? I've been trying to clock in 10 to 15,000 steps a day just for general health. For sure, anything north of 10,000 steps is going to be interfering with your training. Like 15,000 steps is something like 4 or 5k, and that is like, if you walk that in one go, that's about an hour and a half of walking, and that is certainly interfering with recovery for sure. Interesting little point on the 10k is, so they've done like equivalent. Australia did it, as often is with general health stuff. They did a study comparing a 10k in one go or just frequent walks post meals, and they saw better hormonal markers after frequent walking, but less walking over the course of the day. So they did walking after meals as opposed to the bigger blocker hitting a certain number. So timed meals at certain points, at certain key points during the day, and they saw better health benefits in terms of markers. So, Erico, that might be something more interesting to look at and more applicable if it's just for general health. Now, if you really enjoy walking, as some people do, I like a walk now and then. But in terms of training, like 15k is for sure. I'm almost for sure too much. I would say within that 10k for sure. That's like 3.5 kilometers probably. So that's more or less okay, I would say. But anything beyond that, you're actively trying to get. The only people I know who do like 15k or more is my father, and he's done like 30k some days. But he's like, he does a very active job and then doesn't stop moving. So I would just be careful with it. 15,000 or more would certainly say to me that you're interfering with your recovery for sure. Like ideally in the scenario, I keep cutting across you. I'm so sorry.
No, you keep going.
An ideal scenario for an athlete, this is what you do after training. You'd lie here like this, and someone comes
with
along.
shade over your eyes.
Someone comes along and mouth feeds you, and you don't even chew the food. They come along, and they will actually do a bit of chewing to stimulate your gastric juices, but they'll hand feed you the food, and you just lie here in stasis until your next training session. That would be the ideal scenario for recovery in between sessions. So put that in perspective.
Yeah, I think as well, you just need to look at things that actually make you tired. And like for a lot of people, so I think we commonly go through is athletes changing jobs or athletes going in and out of university or whatever, and their level of their level of general activity, so non-sports related activity, goes up or goes down, and you just see how much more tired you get because of walking, because of the activity you're doing in work or whatever. Anytime there's a change like that, you need to note it. So like an extra 5,000 steps could be a lot in terms of like how tired you're going to feel every morning, or how tired you're going to feel before training or after training or whatever. So I'd be conscious of it. I still like athletes to be at 10,000, because I think the vast majority of people on this Zoom or on this live stream are going to err on the side of not being too cardiovascularly healthy. But they are, like, you know, it's not just a thing of sports in terms of weightlifting and powerlifting. It's a thing in terms of life overall, in terms of general population of the world right now. I would like everyone to hit 10,000 steps a day and 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week, because I think it will, obviously in terms of business for us, it's better if all of you guys and girls are alive in 40 years time, and are healthy and fighting fit.